We're on day 4 of TechLink CES coverage, but today was only officially day 1 of CES. So what? Everything before now is just a warm-up? Well, at this rate, I'm gonna be hotter than a 4090. At their event, AMD introduced some tasty new CPUs, but also foreshadowed a dark AI future for Windows. We'll start with the bright stuff though. The successor to the popular Ryzen 7 5800X 3D gaming CPU has been announced. Actually, it has 3 successors, one with 8 cores, one with 12, and one with a whopping 16. Based on the launch of the 5800X 3D, I cannot wait for these things to come out, crush absolutely everything else in gaming benchmarks, and be permanently sold out everywhere. AMD also unveiled their Ryzen 7000 mobile CPU lineup and announced that their new 7040 series has a dedicated AI engine called Ryzen AI. Wow. Lisa Su says that this engine is 20% better than Apple's M2 engine. Are we talking cars or chips at this point? Anyway, she proved the only way that tech companies know how to market is using colorful graphs covered in vague statements with some kind of relationship with cars. I mean, remember when Intel came up with i3, i5, and i7? That's just BMW! Su then invited Microsoft executive Panos Panay onto the stage, who stated that AI is going to reinvent how you do everything on Windows. It's worth noting, by the way, that OpenAI is in an exclusive computing relationship with Microsoft, which could mean ChatGPT embedded in Windows 11. And is this in TechLink yet? They've already announced that it's going to be built into Bing.
Yes.
We talked about that yesterday. Wild, right? Anyway, that could be bad news for students in New York City since they have been banned from using the chatbot. I hope they like Chromebooks because public schools can't afford Apple's prices. Sony CES announcements leaned into the unconventional this year with the reveal of Project Leonardo, a customizable controller to make PlayStation 5 gaming more accessible. In a blog post, SIE Senior Vice President Hideaki Nishino? Good. Said that accessibility is an important topic to us at PlayStation, which is why, of course, they waited more than 4 years after Microsoft released their adaptive controller to do something about it. There were more revelations to be had though, as Sony also revealed the name of the electric vehicle car brand that they created in cooperation with Honda, Afeela. Because at the heart of mobility is the word feel. I actually didn't make that up. That is a direct quote from the presentation and not some sort of Cars fan fiction written by Nicholas Sparks. You know, I thought it was sort of poking fun at Nintendo about the whole Chris Pratt Mario thing. I feel like I'm making a car. Of course, Sony knows what everyone really came to CES for, movie announcements. As Sony announced a Gran Turismo movie being directed by District 9 creator Neil Blomkamp and featuring actors like David Harbour, and Orlando Bloom.
He's back, baby.
He's back! I mean, I would have liked to see a demo of the PSVR 2 instead of a movie announcement at CES, but hey Sony, you do you. And Lenovo decided to infodump harder than a Kojima video game this year. The company decided to enter the e-ink space with their upcoming smart paper tablet. But wait, if you, presumably, give them even more money for a different e-ink screen, it will come with a free laptop because the e-ink tablet is attached to the laptop. It's called the ThinkBook Plus Twist, and the twist is that the e-ink screen is on the back of the main OLED display with a twist hinge to allow you to, boom, twist, swap between its 2 screens. And if you like that thing, you're gonna love Lenovo's new YogaBook 9i, whose twin 13-inch displays are OLED this time around. In a surprising break from dual-screen products, Lenovo also announced Project Kronos, essentially a set-top box that allows for motion capture without any physical apparatus. That sounds an awful lot like the Xbox Kinect. Is this deja vu? And the remnants of Motorola, who were bought by Lenovo, are making a business-oriented ThinkPhone with apparently better security and productivity, which isn't that just BlackBerry?
That's what I said.
That doesn't sound that original, Lenovo. Have you guys tried adding another screen?
Or a nipple?
Now it's time for the Butt Quads brought to you by Seasonic. Right now, they're working with Newegg for a special promo. Use code LOVELMG to save $15 on Seasonic Focus FM series power supplies over at Newegg's site. Also, be sure to keep an eye open for their MagFlow fans, which feature an intuitive magnetic connection system that makes installation and cable management easier than ever. So check out their Focus FM promo and learn more about MagFlow at the links down below. Excuse me, I need to get the butt quads out of storage. They said I'm supposed to take the elevator, but I see them right over there, so one moment.
Hey, what? Oh.
I knew they were gonna get me on that elevator somehow. Facial recognition allegedly put an innocent man behind bars. Randall Reed was pulled over by police and told that he was wanted for a robbery in Louisiana, a state he had never even been to. Reed happens to be black, which has been known to affect the accuracy of facial recognition software. In the computer's defense, apparently not even the police officers noticed the 40-pound weight difference between Reed and the actual suspect, which is yet another example of why facial recognition is a potentially dangerous technology. We need like whole body recognition. Yeah. I mean, that's clearly not my penis. In other news, keeping your PlayStation 5 upright may damage your console. According to some console repairers, the liquid metal thermal interface material that is used to cool the APU can leak around the processor and kill some components. YouTuber The Coder showed the issue would not occur had Sony applied a conformal coating around the APU. But I mean, how could they have had time for that when they were working on Gran Turismo the movie?
I mean, Orlando Bloom.
If only we could have told them that this was going to happen. Haha. Magsafe style technology is coming to Android phones, according to the specifications for the upcoming Qi 2 charging standard. The new tech will keep devices aligned with charging pads using magnets, just like Apple's solution. This marks the second time I can remember where Android took an idea from Apple, the first being when they removed the audio jack, so I guess this is what it feels like when they steal a good idea.
Nice, isn't it?
It's fuzzy. And yesterday, AMD finally admitted that faulty heat sinks are causing massive junction temperatures on their 7900 XTX graphics cards. In an official statement, the company said they believe this to be the cause of the thermal throttling, and they are committed to solving the issue. I suppose that after the public backlash that they got for claiming that 110-degree temperatures were normal, and then the public backlash they got over their refusal to accept returns on the faulty cards, not to mention the multiple independent investigators doing their job for them, AMD proactively took action to humbly admit their mistake.
How heroic.
And Apple has quietly implemented a new digital narration feature for its audiobooks to allow publishers to use one of two AI voices to read their books aloud to customers. Apple claims that the tool is meant to promote independently published authors, but some are fearful for the future of the narration industry. First, AI came for the artists, and I said nothing because I was not an AI artist. Then it came for the programmers, and I said nothing because I'm not a programmer. And now, not even LeVar Burton is safe anymore. Think of Morgan Freeman.
What?
And think of tomorrow's tech news, because it's gonna be real weird. You thought the smart device that analyzes your urine was weird in yesterday's episode? Just you wait.